Well, third time of asking. Don't know what the hell StreamYard's doing, but it isn't working very well, I can tell you that much. So let's see who's about, people. Is there anyone about? Is there no live stream going on? Tools there. I'd say. All right. Hope you're good. Ubers, good afternoon, Ubers. In actual fact, Ubers, you're second. We've got Red Dwarf toasted in first. Desert Fox, good afternoon. Good to see you. I hope everybody's well and wonderful today. Uh-huh. Don't know what's going on with StreamYard, but it seems to be creating a bit of a problem. So I'm going to try and pin a link out early on my. I got the phone there. Hey, Mama Myra, good to see you. I can see you, Mum. Yes. Can you see me? Yes, I can. Hope you're well. Hope Ginger's well. Hey, well, that's gone up there just in case nothing else happens. Okay. Okie dokie dokie. Andy W, good afternoon. No, because he blocked me. Okay, my other message disappeared. Yeah, I shut one live. I went live. Streamer was playing up, so I had to go back out a bit, close it down, close YouTube down, go back into StreamYard and try and do it again. Hey, hello, Miss Scottish. Good to see you. Hope everyone's well today. It's a beautiful Sunday. I wonder if you've all had your dinners, because I haven't. Don't eat them myself, but hope you fill your boots up on your Sunday dinners. Yeah. It's been pretty quiet, I think. I didn't see much last night. Live, very good live there. Good Ginge. And who else did I watch? I don't know if I watched anything else after that. Took a dog, so come back. I don't know if there's anybody live. I honestly, I've been watching a lot of TV the last couple of nights. I've been watching reruns of Line of Duty, cracking series, but that's by the by. Oh yes, I did. Did get shown some of Chevy's footage where our Jessie was on there. It's frightening to hear what she was saying. I'm glad I have banned her. But frightening to hear what she was saying on there. Apparently, she's been giving her number out on some other lives, and I think AK pulled her up on it and asking her why, and she said because she wants to get murdered or something. I don't know. It's very strange, but I think when you things like that, then you know you've done the right thing in banning someone. I mean, so yeah, I'm 100% happy with what I done banning Jess, because I wouldn't want any of that on my channel, to be honest with you. Other people want it on theirs, it's down to them, but no, I don't want it. Oh, the shorts, yeah, strictly in manga this year. Giving money away, jeez, man. This is why I'm quite happy to have unbanned Jess. I mean, she, so yeah, it seems the more I'm seeing of it now, I'm 100% certain I did the right thing. Hey, pork chop, brother. And I'm sure there's a few others that's done it. I know Shaz has done it. I think Nessie might have done it. I think they realised that some things can go amiss, You know what I mean? It's just one of the things you don't want like I said, I was talking to somebody offline about it, friends of mine, and I suppose you can't do right for doing wrong. You kick someone off like that with special needs, and you get called a bastard for doing it because you kicked them off. But if you leave them on and something goes wrong, then you're a bastard for having them on there in the first place. So, you know, yeah, supers, okay. So, you know what I mean. Of course, you know, I don't want to bring him up, but the ginger fella had made a big deal about things, so he brought Vincent up over it. And so, but he was giving somebody, he was doing a live yesterday, I mean, about ginger. Then, as he's going through the live, of course, I had to come into it again. I mean, so I'm like they say, this thing where you're living rent free in someone's head is quite possibly true when it comes to him. It seems like I'm in his head 24/7 because even if he's doing a live about somebody else, he's got to bring their name into it. So she's gone over to Andy's channel and is currently on panel with Crinkle, etc. Well, I really hope she's well, and I hope they treat her kindly, and don't take advantage of her. But it's one of those things I don't want to have you and be responsible if something did go wrong. And so no, I think there's quite a few of banned, but there's quite a few that will let her on. But at the end of the day, it's everyone's decision and what they do. And I think I've done the right thing after what I've seen and what I've heard in the last couple of days. Hey, Julian, good afternoon. Hope you're well. Hey, November man, good to see you, mate. So yeah, there's a nice Andy W. There's a nice spot down where I am, but it's a nice little walk around there. Pork chop, just bought 73 caterpillars. I think you're seeing butterflies there, Porky, before too long. How did the coverage of your demonstration go in your hometown there, Porky? I've seen a few clips coming up, and I've seen a few things about other auditors. I mean, some of them have been called out left, right, and centre. So when you look at them, you think, I can see you met Billy Moore. I know Yogi put a clip up, I think, saying that you'd met Billy Moore. Yeah, but I think a lot more of these demonstrations will appear around the country because I think people are getting actually fed up of this mass influx of immigrants. Porky got groomed by Billy Moore. Yeah. Did you buy him a pint, pork chop? Did you buy him a pint? That's the thing. You know what I mean? So I did pin a link tonight. I think I did. Yeah, it's pinned on my phone, right? Yeah. So, mind you, Vega is the British O.J. Simpson, and he's welcomed with open arms. Go figure. I think you've got a thing for. You've got to get up that frame of mind. I think, but let it go. The more you bring things up with him, the more he's going to bring things up with you. Just ignore it, let it slide, let it go by. It's the only way to move on. Forget about it. And he didn't go in the pub. Oh, there you go. There you go. I don't know if he is. I don't think he's much of a drinker anyway, Paul. But I think a lot of these things, these things come into light. I know the one guy that the people have been talking about, DJE Media. Oh, excuse me. He's been a baddie, and I think it's getting. It was highlighted a while ago. I think a few people have highlighted it. I think DT highlighted it a while ago, and I think others have been highlighted recently. So, it's out there. It's out there. So yeah, it's just a bit of a chill life today. Just a bit of a Sunday quiet one. I'm usually down the caravan. Obviously, I've got the dog with me now. If you've seen my little videos in the mornings, I've got my son's dog with me, so I haven't been down the van. He's a big lump of a thing. Um, so having two of my dog and him in the caravan is not it's not going to work. So we haven't been down there. So he's in the house. He's good as gold, I gotta say. He's house trained. He's well house trained, and he's very pleasant, and he's loving. But he's a big lump. So yeah, he's with me until Thursday, I think. Then Friday or this weekend we might head down the van then. So yes, York, I think that's right. I know DT and you put it out last year about DJE, and there wasn't much interest in it because he seemed to got in with the well. When you look at, I can't remember the channel I watched this morning, and he's doing all sorts of work, pulling up all these auditors that got criminal records. There's quite a few of them by the look of it. It doesn't look good in a lot of them. So I don't know what gives him the right to go around and try and pull other people out of for being wrong ones, when they're actually running with. I mean, I think the worst one, correct me if I'm wrong, Yogi, if you're still there, Yogi. Hey, Jerry, mate. Yeah, I think a lot of them have. I think the worst one I think I've come across, I'm sure I'm right in saying this, was a guy called Auden in Lancashire, is it? Is that right, Yogi? Am I right there, Auden in Lancashire? Because this guy went to prison, didn't he, wasn't it for beating a child, his baby or something? Am I right or am I wrong? Tell me, if somebody knows. I'm sure that he went to prison. I think it was Lancashire, maybe. Hey, Ozymander. Yeah, that's right. Thanks, York. Yeah, all in Lancashire. He went to prison for beating a baby, his own baby. So then and he's back out doing auditing. Where do you go, people, when people like that are out there? Hey, Jennifer. Ozymander. Hey, look who's there. Rally on Hill. Good to see you, Rally, mate. Hope you're well. If you parachute in X-Max's spot. So yeah, it's there's not a lot going on really. Yeah, remember Milo, yeah. I think the more these people are highlighted, the better really, because they are amongst us now and they get a lot of support of a lot of people. People are going out and supporting them. They're subbing up to them and supporting them, and they're giving them credit. But they need to be outed, because I don't want people like that in the community. It's an eye opener. A lot of people will think, no, they wouldn't know nothing about it until people put the truth out there. Then there you go, people. That's not just me now. I am right now saying, oh, in Lancashire, the baby beater broke a 5-month-old baby's legs and a rib. That's it. That's the one, Jerry, and then he's out there and then auditing, and people are sub to this fella. So we have to highlight people like this to make sure, they don't get any fucking. Because the more people that sub into these, the more money they're going to make off YouTube. So yes, strictly among, yeah, that's true. It's true. Look him up, mate. Look him up. And the message to Gary Lineker. Get around. I thought he was going to say Gary Glitter then, not Gary Lineker then. Bells. Yes, Julian. I think there's a lot of them going around with a murky background, you know. And there are people out there now exposing them. I'm sure I've seen somewhere that the one called AY Audits was going out to further expose that DJE media, you know. So there are some people working in it and some people in the background on social media are digging into these people and putting up what they find if they are wrong uns. We used to talk to him before we knew what he had done. Makes me sick. I bet it does, man. Yeah. Can you imagine breaking a 5-month-old baby's legs and a rib? Can you? I know if you lived in small areas where I'm living, then someone like that would find it very hard to walk around. Yeah. Yeah, it is afternoon, Rally. Yeah. Have you been sleeping late, Rally? Yeah, man. They come in and they seem like saints, but they're supporting disciples. This is what I'm saying, Wolfie, and because I'm sure these people are oblivious of their backgrounds. So whoever's channels are out there and covering them, the wrongdoers, then I'm all for that. I think people need to know who they're supporting, really. Hey there, Scarf. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Oh, excuse me. It's up till 3 a.m. Oh, Raleigh. What you doing? Is this bringing you on? You want to keep the camera on? There you go then.
How
What's
you
happening,
doing?
brother?
How you doing, my brother? You good?
I'm good, mate. What about you?
I'm all good, my mate.
So this march yesterday, Pork, was it yesterday it was?
Yeah.
Did we have a big turnout?
It weren't. I wouldn't say a massive turnout. What we're expecting, no, because what it is with Rochdale, people are quite wary of being called a racist, for standing up. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of places are the same, aren't they?
But I think that badge is wearing a bit thin at the moment, Porky, because I think there's a lot of places realizing and doing the same thing. It's not actually racism, but
no,
they're worried for how the way the country's going. So I wouldn't say it's racism in any shape or form.
no, it's just concerned people trying to protect the children, mate, and then trying to get the groomers that have done this, back deported. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, well, this is it, isn't it? Yeah, like I've said many times before, if somebody's fleeing from a war-torn country or any sort of, yeah, fair enough. But I think it's a lot of people coming in now are just coming here because, and what's always baffled me, Porky, right, is apparently it costs them thousands and thousands to get here, right? So if they're all that poor and coming from poor countries, where's the money coming? Who is actually paying for them to come across?
Well, exactly, and it's like if you look at the news, I don't know if it's the truth, if it's just the government and stuff. They've arrested somebody who's putting migrants back in a boat back to France, and he's been arrested for it. I don't, you know what I mean? It's just not right.
Well, the thing is, I think we all seen them slashing that boat in France. But funny, that was the cameras just happened to be there when they were doing it.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
if that's not set up, then the thing is.
Well, that's it. They were like the cameras are here, BBC are here, or whatever. Like, well,
Yeah,
let's make it look as though we're doing something. That's all that were. You know what I mean?
yeah. We could fly into this country for a minuscule amount of money that they pay to come across illegally. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so it's the BBC. What an organisation. If you look at them, look at their background, and yeah, let me just see what Jerry says back. Jerry must have looked it up again. The baby also had bust lip, and the rib was partially healed when the youngun's legs were broken. So there was more than one occasion the baby was attacked by Auden in Lancashire.
Yeah, and that's the truth. That is true as well.
Yeah, it's fucking and then he's out there, and when people are supporting him,
I'm not being funny. I wouldn't support nobody like that.
Oh no, not at all. No, absolutely
Because
disgraceful.
I'm not being funny. It's like my children. Never laid one finger on them. You know why? Because I love them too much. You know what I mean? But to do that to your own child as well is absolutely disgusting. He doesn't deserve to have children. You know what I mean, Tyrone?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't wish that on any child, even if they weren't mine. You know what I mean? I wouldn't.
I think it's the worst kind of. There was a case in North Wales recently. I think they've only just been. I think they do for sentencing now. It was the grandparents,
Yeah, I've heard this.
And it was the little boy. I think he was 2. I think
Yeah.
So sad, and he was fucking being starved, and the grandfather was beating him, and the mother did nothing about it. She did nothing to stop it. Like
that's what I mean. How can you hurt a defenseless child like that who can't even protect itself? You know what I mean? You're not fucking right in the head to do stuff like that. And that all in Lancashire, the people who support him, that you know what I mean, they're just as fucking bad for supporting him. And at day, the guys are wrong on doing that to a child. You know what I mean?
Your mom. Yeah, but it's something. I mean, I hate to see anything like that going on in the world. But I mean, your first love is your family, obviously.
Of course
You
it
know
is.
what I mean?
Of course it is. That's why I had children, because I love my family. You know what I mean? I love my children, love my wife, and we brought a family together. And I protect them. I won't let nobody lay a finger on them, because if they did, honestly, I'd be breaking their legs and arms. Watch, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what needs to happen to Audit in Lancashire. Him for doing what he's done, he needs the same happening to him, but a bit more worse, because he shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, my Jennifer. Yeah, I think with people like him, I think there's no place anywhere for him. I'm a strong believer of capital punishment. And somebody like that to me shouldn't be walking this earth. That's the way I look at it.
Correct, Tyrone. Correct, mate. I totally agree with that.
It's something that should never happen.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. But to do it to your own as well, that is, you know what I mean? You're meant to love them, and you know what I mean?
It's if you I don't know what the situation was with him, but if you can't afford to have children, don't fucking have them.
Well, exactly, and it's like one of my sons, right? He's 22, yeah. He's got a girlfriend. He's been with her for like 4 years, and he says we're not ready for a family yet, to start a family. I says, no, you get yourself sorted, and when you're ready, that's up to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? He said physically I couldn't support a child at the minute. We've had this talk. You know what I mean? I said, well, when you think you can do, that's up to you. But don't forget, I'm always there to help you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, Yogi said, didn't CP make him a mod? I think she did, but I don't know if she's aware of his background at the time. If she was aware, then why the hell would she do that type of thing? It's crazy.
Yeah.
My oldest boy now, he lives in the Shetlands, right? I go out there whenever I can, and he's a single parent. He's bringing up 2 little boys on his own, right?
Well, fair play.
So it's easy for me to fly out there, fly up to Scotland or Scotland to Shetland is easy, But when I go up there, I want to take a car. I take a car full of stuff, I buy food, clothing for the boys and everything, So I go up and I drive up to Scotland in the car, and I take a ferry,
Yeah.
I fill the car up, If I flew up there, I wouldn't be able to take nothing with me. So You know, I know he's struggling, so my way of helping him out is when I go, I'll take a car full of stuff for him, you know.
Yeah, but he's doing a good job though, isn't he? You know what I mean? It's hard
Oh,
work, probably.
absolutely, yeah.
I've
Absolutely.
never been in the situation of being a single parent, and neither's my missus. You know what I mean? So, but I can understand. I bet it's hard being a single parent.
Yeah. Do you know, going back to the all this time I was getting shit off people on here. You know, some of the clips I've got of Smiler, you know, I won't name it. It was women. Let's say it's two women mainly, right? And they were saying, oh, talking about me and oh, he's missing his conservatory in his old house. His wife, his ex, has kept the conservatory and all this business. The house I had with the cottage I had with a big conservatory on it was with my current wife, not with my past. So they're making up all this shit. They say, no, he beats his children and all this business, you know. This is the
Aye.
type of shit they were giving me, you know. But it's just fantasy island with them, you know. It's fucking bullshit, and they try and twist everything around. But like I said, I've got it all, and if I want to bring it out, I could bring it all out. But I'm letting it all slide. So
Yeah, I understand. I understand that,
but
Tyrone, man. Yeah.
you know the shit they put up about people is they try and hurt people in a different way, you know, by not going at the person, but by going at the person's family to bring their family into it. I think that's what a lot of them tend to do, you know.
Yeah, that's it. And I think it's wrong. If you've got a problem with a person, it's just them you should have a problem with, not bringing innocent members of people's family into it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's not that's I call that fucking snake belly. That, you know what I mean?
Hey, log man, good to see you, mate. Hope you're well, buddy.
Yeah, big up loggers.
Hey, Adrian. Yeah, I know. So, are you looking forward to football season, Pokey? I'm sure you
Oh,
are.
I am. I'm bored, mate. It's boring without it.
It's well, how long is it? It's only September, isn't it?
August, our starts.
Oh yeah. The lower divisions August. Yeah.
Yeah, August. So I can't wait for that. We're away for our first game on the 9th of August to Bournemouth, which is down south. We're away to that. So we're getting tickets for the coach and getting down there for the first game.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, it's our team now. We've still got our original team, what we entered the playoffs with, but we've also got like 7 new signings, which are good players.
Yeah. Well, I watched Man United. I support Man United, always have since I was a kid. I watched them yesterday playing Leeds in a friendly. Oh, if that's the way they're going to go through the season, well, they'll be fucking bottom and maybe relegated this year. They were fucking awful.
Yeah, fucking hell. See, I'm a United fan, me, Tyrone, but I'd like to support my local team more, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, my brother's a City fan. My dad's Bolton fan. Before my mum passed away, she were an Everton fan, only because she liked the sweets, the Everton, you know, Everton mint.
Yeah. Yeah, I like those and all the black and white ones, isn't it? Yeah.
Aye. She loved them, and that's why she went like Everton for me.
Yeah, my brother was Chelsea. I was always Man United. He was always Chelsea, but you know.
Yeah. And it's like me, I just support my local team because I'd sooner you know what I mean? I'd sooner give them the money and go and watch them, you know what I mean? Because obviously in them lower leagues are struggling, not like Man United, they ain't struggling, are they? You know what I mean?
What's Wolfie saying there? Let me see what Wolfie's got, yeah. First Rochdale game, £2.50 return, includes entrance ticket and half-time meat pie.
It's like,
how much is it? Pork, don't mind me asking. How much is it to go in there to watch them?
It's £20 a game, mate. £20 a game.
£20. What division are they?
National League.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So there you are.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like when you go for a season ticket in the stand we like to stand at, where all the proper Rochdale hooligans are, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We stand in there. It's £200 for a year. So that's, you know what I mean? It's £90 for my 14-year-old.
Yeah, it seems to be what I've noticed recently. A lot of celebrities getting involved with football clubs, different football clubs. You know, we've got Rob McElvenney and the other guy in Wrexham.
Yeah.
So Snoop Dogg, Snoop Dogg.
Aye.
He just bought shares in Swansea City.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg. Yeah.
So
But that's what it needs. But I remember ages ago, quite a few years back now, Tyrone, when the Premiership said that they will put money into a fund to help lower league clubs. It never appealed. That's what they should do, is help the lower league clubs.
Yeah. I'm more a rugby fan. I gotta be honest, I'm more a rugby fan than anything. My local side where I live here, the Scarlets, been struggling for the last. I mean, Welsh Rugby Union is going down the fucking pan. Is terrible. But what they've got now, they've got four teams that play in the top echelon of the rugby. Okay, right. So you got the Scarlets and the Dragons, who were Swans, the Ospreys in Swansea, but the Dragons in Newport, and you've got Cardiff Blues, obviously, in Cardiff. So what they want to do now, they want to amalgamate it to make just two sides. So there's going to be fucking murder, because you get one side saying, I'm not watching them, I'm not going there. Where are you going to play? I'm not going over there to support them. So it's difficult, to fucking bring them together, So I honestly believe it's the best thing to make two good teams instead of four, sort of average teams. But will a fan settle on that? I don't know.
It's not right, John, is it, though? So your comment shit.
Oh, that one, yeah.
I've always protected my children, so simple as. So your comment don't make fucking sense, kid.
Yeah. What's Chris Wright saying there? Southampton versus Wrexham, August the 9th. I have £40 for Wrexham to win in Wrexham. I get £180. All right, Chris. Okay. Do you want it in euros, Chris, or do you want it in fucking sterling?
Yeah, but there you go again, John. You're saying the football lads are a disgrace. You're a disgrace by coming up with a comment like that. Simple as. You don't know. You don't know what fucking happened.
Yeah, well, that's going to go. That's gone now. Thank you for bringing that comment to my attention, Mr. Porkchop.
No worries. I just think it's a fucking pointless, stupid comment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What a stupid comment to fucking put on.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot. I'm not one for sort of summer sports, Once the football finishes, the rugby finishes, I'm not into tennis or cricket or golf or anything like that,
Aye, see, my eldest lad Tyrone, he's into his rugby, but like when I used to take him to like his local team that he played with, and I used to watch him. Don't get me wrong, but I just didn't get the rules. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah. Oh no. It's I just I like to watch football. I like to watch. To be honest, I've watched a lot of the women's Euro, but it was comical last I was watching it. Was it Germany and France, I think? And she got sent off for pulling the other girl's hair. She had a fucking big long ponytail down her back. She's running in the box and the defender just yanked her back by her ponytail.
I think I said
red card and a penalty.
Yeah, I think I seen one of the saves that they made as well. It were a brilliant save by the female goalie. You know what I mean? It were a cracker. It nearly went in.
England, the penalty shooting in England. I never seen such a fucking cocker. It was whereas, honest to God, both sides absolutely. They should have took them aside and said, like, all day now, tomorrow, you will be practicing your fucking penalties. Because fuck me, they was lucky to get through that. The other side were really bad as well. They missed penalty after penalty, didn't they? Fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Pick up the Ghosters. Wolfie likes the ladies' tennis. Look, come on, Tyrone. Women's tennis is great to listen to with your eyes shut.
I must admit, I agree with Wolfie there. You can't beat women's tennis.
I'm not. I don't. I just can't watch tennis. I'd rather fucking watch paint dry. Same with cricket. I'm not into and golf. Like not for me. I can't watch it.
See, cricket. I hate cricket. I'm not a cricket fan. Golf. I can play golf and I play golf now and again. You know what I mean? But I can't watch it on telly.
Yeah. Do you know? I'll watch darts. I'll watch darts all fucking day. But cricket and that type of thing. No.
It's like snooker. I've always nodded off watching snooker on telly.
Yeah, I'll watch the sort of final. If it's a final, I'll make a point of watching the final. I watch the preliminary rounds going up to the, and it's the same with the other sports. I'll watch the final. With cricket, what I find, if it's one of these, I don't know what you call them, the matches where you have only can have so many overs in a shot, and you really got to strike at the ball all the time because you only get so many balls bowled at you, and then you got to change with the other team. Then,
No, yeah.
So something like that is worth watching where you've got, I surely get to see you. So you really got to go at it. You can't sit back and say, "Oh, right, I'll just block this one." But no. You've got to go and fucking try and knock as many fucking runs in as you can.
I've played it once, and it was years ago. I think I was about 14-year-old, and my grandfather that took me, to his local bowling club.
Yeah.
And he let me have a go, and I enjoyed it, to be quite honest. You know what I mean? But I just haven't tried it since.
Oh, I tell you, sport. I mean, the likes of darts have taken off so much now. You can remember going back a while, darts was, they'd be there with a fag in their hand, the beer on the table as they playing,
Yeah.
Jockey Wilson and Bristow and all them,
Yeah.
Right on the side and a fag in their hand, but now it's gone on. It's big money in it, It's fucking if you're any good, you win a few competitions and that, you're a millionaire in no time,
I know, yeah. I remember years ago. Years ago, I played against John Lowe in a charity thing at a local pub, and he come down to do it. We were all for a charity. I can't remember what charity it was. You got to play, if your number got pulled out, you got to play John Lowe. And my number got pulled out, and I played him. And obviously, it kicked me ass, but it was just good to have a game with him.
Yeah. I don't know what he was like with you, but I've met him before when the others, because I used to go and watch the county games. Glamorgan was the county I was living in at the time, and he'd play all the different counties from England and everywhere, and he'd always have the top players there, and Bristol's been there, and there was a big guy called Dave Whitcomb. I don't know.
Yeah, that rings a bell. That.
Yeah, and a few of the others, and to be honest, I think John was more likely the most ignorant one out of all of them. He was too far up his own arse, because he was famous and all this business, So
well, you get them like that, don't you, Tyrone?
Yeah.
It's like Bobby Ball, Cannonball, Bobby Ball. He used to live behind my house up in Walsden, Todmorden, where this is, you obviously won't know where it is, but yeah, he lived behind there, and he was such a stuck-up bastard in Bobby Ball.
Was he?
Really stuck up, mate. My auntie were a big fan. She was ill in hospital at the time. She was 60. She was ill, and we just moved up there. And obviously, we told that he lives behind us. And he drunk in the local pub just down the road from my house. So he were in there one night, and I thought, I'll get my auntie his autograph. It might cheer her up a bit because she were a big fan. And I asked him, and he told me to fuck off. He said, piss off. You know what I mean? I was like, fucking hell, you stuck up bastard.
Is that when he was famous then on TV?
Yeah. And about 6 months after that, he got done. He got busted for fiddling his gas meter, and he ended up moving to Blackburn. honestly, mate. I was like, it couldn't happen to a fucking rudest person ever. Fucking good.
No, I never didn't think it were funny on TV. But the caravan park I go to, we had them down there, that Cannonball. I'm going back 20 odd years ago, and they were I got to say, they were brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And after that, then about 6 years later, both their sons are working together, or they were working together at the time. Bobby Ball's son and Tommy's son, they were doing the same type of thing as their parents, as their fathers were doing. They came in, they were very good as well, to be fair. I don't know what they're doing now.
Yeah, and I guess there were another one that used to live near with me. And I tell you what, he were a bloody character and a half, and you'll remember him. Like us as kids used to go around like trick or treating, and he'd always give us some like sweets or like money or anything. Christmas time, Christmas caroling, was Jiminy Cricket. He used to live near me.
Oh, right, I know, yeah.
Yeah, we used to knock on left and right on his boots, but he was such a nice guy, Jiminy Cricket.
Right, yeah. Irish, wasn't he? I think he was Irish, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was Irish. Yeah. Brilliant, nice, kind guy. You were not like Bobby
Belly's
Paul.
on the knee or something.
Yeah,
The left
well,
foot.
he's on with left and right
Yeah,
on the wrong ones.
yeah, that's it. Yeah. But
Yeah,
bloody hell, bells.
yeah. Half
Oh,
for left, half for right. That's the one, Wolfie.
yeah, yeah.
See, Rochdale's quite a famous town because, like you say, you had Gracie Fields, you had Lisa Stansfield that lived up the road from me when I lived next to the football stadium. She lived up the road with her parents there before. She moved out of her
The
parents.
thing is now, Poggy, she's been around the world and
I can't find my baby.
yeah, I think she was good. Lisa Stansfield, I thought she was good. Yeah, I enjoyed her
Yeah.
singing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, my mum used to drink with her mum in local booze in it football ground. The estate's called Grieve. She were more like Bamford way. But yeah, my mum knew her mum and that before she became mega famous and obviously moved out. And then the parents moved from that house.
So is Rochdale a big place, Poggy?
No, I wouldn't say it was big, mate. It is and it isn't. I wouldn't say it was small. I wouldn't say it was big. It's middle size. You know what I mean? But
because that square you showed on the video, I thought that was it a church or something? A very impressive looking building. What was that? A church?
That's the town hall. You got the town hall, and then on top of the hill you got St Chad's Church. It's called.
Yeah.
Very old buildings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, they've turned it nice, Rochdale. You know, to be quite honest, it looks nice now. They've opened the river up and everything, but it's just not a great town to live in. It's a rough town, if you know what I mean.
Okay, well, I suppose everybody's got a rough element. You know, it's the way it is. Unfortunately, you know, everybody you're gonna get it everywhere. You're gonna get a rough element everywhere.
I said that there, Ty. There's good and bad in every area. It doesn't matter if you're in the posh area, you still get your bad ones, don't you?
And the thing is, when I first moved down here many years ago, before I moved back to where I come from, I drove down there and all my belongings in a van, a transit van. My missus at the time was living on a council estate, rough estate, you know. So
yeah.
Pulled up. I was fucking knackered. Couldn't be bothered to do anything. So I just locked the van. Got up in the morning. The back doors were open, and there was fuck all left in there.
Yeah, there you go. Even Wolfie knows. Hitler back in day loved the town hall of Rochdale and wanted the building moved brick by brick.
Is that right, or is you making it up?
No, that's the truth. That's the truth.
Yeah,
Wolfie said it.
It's an impressive looking building. I thought that's gorgeous building. That
Yeah, and it is the truth. What Wolfie's saying, that you can Google that Rochdale Town Hall. Hitler did want it. He wanted it. He wanted it moved by brick by brick.
Well, it is impressive looking building, you know, and it's nice to see those type of buildings, you know. Obviously it's a structure that's going to be saved, isn't it? You know, you won't be any fucking thing.
Yeah.
What's the sort of upkeep on that then, Pokey? Are they on it regularly working and, you know, doing structural, you know, putting it right as
Yeah, that area where I were in, it didn't look like that years. Well, say about 10 years ago, they've recently spent money on it and done it up, which it looks nice. Don't get me wrong, you know what I mean? It does, but
yeah,
it looks nice when the way it were. But they could have spent that money on something else, you know what I mean? But to keep the upkeep of that building, we've got peregrine falcons up on the roof and everything, you know, up in the bell tower. They've got cameras on them all the time, watching them have, you know, babies and chicks and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's the thing. It's like a divided thing. A lot of people will say, "Well, why are you spending money on old buildings when we need more money invested in this sort of structure, that structure, you know, highways and housing, and you know, and then they throw it into old buildings." But I think personally myself, you've got to put it into a lot of money into these old structures to keep them in good condition, you know.
Yeah, I got married in there. I got married in that town hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, the registry office. It's at the back. Yeah, in the registry office. That's where I got married. That.
There's a fox.
I think Hitler was going to bomb Rochdale, but he looked today. He thought somebody's going to beat him to it. Yeah, probably Desert Fox.
So are you far from the football ground where you are, Buck?
Yeah, I'm quite far. Like I said, Tyrone, I don't actually live in Rochdale now. You know what I
All
mean?
right. You're
But I'm
out on
always,
the outskirts.
yeah, I'm always at the games, though. You know what I mean? I still show my support for Rochdale. You know what I mean? Because that's where I'm from Salford, but I moved away when I was 4 years old, so I didn't really know it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we're brought up in Rochdale, right next to the football ground, so I've always supported
Well,
them. You
then,
know?
that's Greater Manchester, isn't it? Where you were born, but you live, was it? You say
Yeah,
Salt?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Salford's Manchester. Yeah, yeah. Like I
Well,
said, I was
how,
4 year
you
old.
move up there, or your family move up there? What happened?
No, I was born in Salford.
Yeah.
I lived there till we were four, and then my mum and dad then moved to Rochdale, where I was brought up. Then proper. That's all I remember. I couldn't really remember Salford.
Yeah. Oh, how's the boys' music going now? You still doing it?
No, he hadn't done it for a bit. He's busy working. He's a busy working lad, and you can't blame. He's just bought an house with his girlfriends. You know what I mean? So they've moved in together. So
Well, that's the thing. It's a big step, isn't it?
yeah, so he's just working, concentrating on sorting his life out, and
Well, that's it. I mean, he's got things to look forward to in his life, hasn't he? And everybody starts off, small, and then pushes their way on and struggles up the hill to get to the top.
well, exactly, and it's like me. He's bought his house, and I'm going to buy my first house now. I'm looking on the market. I've never bought. I've always rented me.
Yeah,
So obviously, I spoke to our mortgage advisor. Been offered 190 grand, to buy an house. So
yeah,
me and the wife are looking now, and
yes. Well, see, this is a thing I bought as soon as I could, but I'm going back years and years ago and then. But I lived I was brought up in a sort of old terrace in the valleys. Our toilet was about fucking 300 yards down the garden.
aye,
You know what I mean? But when I first got married, I bought a little house, but it wasn't fit for purpose. So I ended up in
yeah,
a council house, which was great. I loved it there on a nice little estate,
yeah,
fucking brilliant. But ended up and then buying a cottage then, and then sold the cottage for a lot more than I paid for it after doing some work on it. And then I moved down here then, 11, coming up 11 years ago. So
yeah, yeah. But that's what I mean. I said to myself, now why didn't I do this before? Why didn't I? You know what I mean? I just because I knew. I always said to myself, renting an house, it's dead money. It's dead money. You know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. It's not yours. You're paying for it every week, but it's not yours.
Yeah, and a mortgage is cheaper than paying rent now for frigging days. You know what I mean? And
I think I'm not knocking anybody that lives on a council estate. I think, but there is an element we can't get away from it. I don't want to work, and they're happy to be in a council property. I think
well,
most of them folk are getting their rent paid for anyway. But then there's people like you who are working and then paying your own rent. We were far better off if you had a mortgage and bought your own property. At
well,
the end of the day, it'll be yours.
Well, exactly. And it's like I said to the missus, I said, listen, like say in 3-5 years' time, if you wanted to move, we'd be able to remortgage, get a bit more money to buy some, you know what I mean? Some different, you know what I mean? My missus is a worrier. She's always been a worrier. What if this? What if that happens? You've got opportunity here. Grab it by both hands. We've got it. So let's do it. And we're going to make it work anyway, aren't we? You know what I mean? Because it's
Yeah, yeah.
paying a mortgage is cheaper than frigging renting nowadays. You know what I mean?
The thing is, it's something then you can pass on down the family, isn't it?
Well,
I mean, you
exactly.
can't pass a rented house on, can you? You know what I mean?
Exactly, Tyrone. And this is what
No.
keeps, but
I'm,
she's a
I'm,
panic.
I'm not saying not everyone's in a position to get a mortgage. I mean, the younger you are, I think it's a struggle. I think you've got a X amount of money before you can apply for a loan or whatever. So it's
Exactly.
difficult because it's really difficult because some of the wages are low. So it's a difficult, not as
Yeah.
easy as it used to be. When I first done it.
Yeah.
Definitely. So
I should have done it before, Tyrone, but hey, I'm doing it now anyway. Like I say, it's something for to lead the kids and stuff, you know. But at least when we do it, it's ours. You know, we can do what we want. You know what I mean? It's
yeah. And my mate, I go back a long time ago. My mate I used to work with. He never paid a pension. You know, never paid in a pension. You know, and
yeah,
when he come to in his 50s and he realised, fucking hell. So he started paying in. He was paying in as much as he could, because the company we work for, whatever we would pay, they would put the same amount in. You know.
yeah.
So he was paying as much as he could in the maximum, and then they were paying the maximum as well. So just to make it a bit of yeah, it's just silly things like that, you know.
Yeah.
You don't miss it when it's taking up your wages, you know. So you only get what you get, because you used to get pay packets with cash in them, you know, if you remember that, you know. So you get a pay packet, and there, if you full of cash, it wouldn't be paid into your bank or anything like that, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you know what I mean? So it's you wouldn't miss it because it wasn't fucking in the pay packet. So you had to live by your means of the money you had, you know.
Yeah, see, that's with my job now. I'm paying into a private pension already, and before I went from that job, you know, from my old job to this job, I was paying in a pension for 11 years. So it's all there in it. You know what I mean?
Of course it is. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, yeah. It's showing my age, Lynn. Yeah, I am, Lynn.
Big up, Lynn.
Yeah, Lynn. Well, that's the way it was, Lynn. You had a little brown envelope, and all
Yeah.
it was your pay and your deductions and everything, you know.
I used to get the same at 16-year-old when I started at one paper in a brown paper packet.
Yeah. You know.
£60 a week I used to get for making 3-piece sweets.
Fucking hell, and it's the thing was money went a long way. I mean, fucking beer was like 3 pence a pint, you know, and I fucking remember that, or 6 pence a pint, something like that, you know.
I said that's way before my time, that one time.
Yeah. You know, so if you had a few quid, like, you know, in your pocket, it'll last you a good while, like, you know.
Yeah.
But
I used to love that job making 3-piece sweets. It was brilliant, cutting the wood up on bandsaw and stuff like that, then knocking it up with a staple gun and glue. And my pants shoes, I used to take my pants off after work, man. They'd stand up because the glue just fucking held them up.
I tell you, folks, some of the things. I mean, to me, it was better times back then. I tell you, much better times. You know.
Yeah.
Things weren't as fucking difficult.
Yeah. And I remember working on a market when I was at school, you know, as a after school job and before school job. I used to get up at like 4 in the morning, set off to the local market, set up the flower stall for them, go back to school, go to school, then finish school, go straight back to the market, like take the stall down and put it all away, and, you know, like water the flowers and stuff like that. £20 a week, man. I used to do that.
Yeah. Shaz, good to see you. Well, do you know, I said school holidays, we found jobs in school holidays. We worked in a pie factory making pies, you know. It was only in the next village up the road. I remember it well, Thomas's Pies, right? And we go up there, like, and they say, I was working on the oven, right? So the pies would come all ready, you know, in the pastry and everything like that. And we used to spray them with the egg gloss to make them, give them a yellow sheen, you know. So we used to spray again, we spray the pies and we put them in the oven, and it'd go down through the oven to the other end. And the fella down there, his name was Di Thomas. He was the owner's brother, but he was a bit retarded, you know. So he was just on the end of the oven, and he'd just take the trays out, and then he'd put them in the cooler, you know. So
yeah,
you know what I mean. But the fucking stuff, we used to pinch off the stock, to be honest, you know. We'd be always walking up there with a fucking shed load of pies, you know. Nobody would stop there, but yeah. We're getting paid as like 15-year-olds, you know.
Yeah.
So it was great. It was great. You always had money in your pocket then, you know what I mean? It wasn't a great deal of money, but you had money in your pocket.
Well, that's it. Yeah, that's what why my weekday one with 20 quid a week.
Yeah.
When it comes to Friday night, we used to have, like, obviously youth clubs and stuff, and we used to go to discos, and that bought me beer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I used to do. You've seen these bikes with like a butcher's bike with a metal with a basket and a little wheel in the front and a big wheel behind.
Yeah.
You've seen them.
Yeah.
I used to go to deliver groceries after school, and on one of those bikes all around the village, So we used to take a load of put a big box. This is so and so side of the street, and off you fucking cycle. But in
So
the village, there was a fucking big hill, and you had to go up there every Friday, so you make sure you weren't back quick enough to take a fucking trip up there, leave it to the other lad. Always
yeah.
fucking be slow getting back, fucking hell. So he'd have to take the fucking box up to Mr. and Mrs. Smith at the top. But I
Well,
loved it. It was fucking, I loved it, loved it. Done the milk run with the milkmans to meet the milkman in the morning, first thing for school. Jump round with them. He'd give a couple of fucking coppers, to go to school.
yeah.
Fucking just to get money.
On one of them bikes as well, Ty, yeah.
Yeah, well, they were fucking great. Fucking. But yes, I remember it fucking well. Yes.
Bet you were like Granville, weren't you?
Yeah, there you go.
Open
Like Granville, yeah.
Granville out of open all hours.
Yeah.
Granville.
I had the same fucking tank top on as well.
You would have done well in the Ovis advert, you.
Yeah, fucking dead right. But no, they were fucking great. They loved it.
The best days though, Ty, I bet, you know what I mean? Same with me when I was younger.
I mean, to me, the 70s was the best decade ever,
See, I'm an 80s child, me.
Yeah.
So I'm 38, me. You know what I mean? It's
the 70s was a fucking time to be alive,
38-year-old and so looking lean like a machine.
Yeah, I seen you on video, Pork. You're looking well.
Of course you am, mate. Of course you am.
But I mean, it's just down to the fact, you. How long have you been married, Pork?
I've been married 17 years, Tyrone. I've been with her 24 years.
Yeah. Hey, Mixila. Good to see you. Yeah, well, this is my second marriage. Everybody knows that. But we've been together like over 30 years, But it's family. To me, family is everything, Everything.
Of course it is. I love my family, and I tell you what, it's like I've got my family, and then I've got my family, like my brothers and what have you. That's different families to me. It's still my family, but my family is here at home with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If we worked at Melba Cone Factory, lasted a week. Fucking freezing, ended up working one Saturday by myself with a Barry Ripper, a guy who killed Shirley Leach. He was a weird bastard. I bet he was, Wolf. Oh, yeah. I've done 2 factories. I've done a factory up about a mile or 2 up the road from where I used to live. I was in there for, I think it was 3 days or 4 days. I couldn't fucking stick it. Factory work one for me. I had to be outside, so I worked outside all my life,
Yeah.
But, fuck the factories. My brother was in there like 30 odd years.
Right. Bright's asked me a question. I don't know if you can understand it, Tyrone, but I don't. It's put choppy question. How many cults do as they're told no, ask why? Justine. I don't get it, Bright, mate.
No. Choppy question. How many cults do as they're told, not asked? How many cults do they how many cults do as they told, not asked, and why? Question mark.
Justine. I ain't got a clue.
You want to elaborate on that, Bright?
I just don't get it. I like Bright, don't get me wrong, but I just don't understand it, when he writes stuff.
Oh no, but no one understands. He's always in Morse code, Bright to me, huh? That
just doesn't make sense to me because I don't know where cults has come into it. You know what I mean? We were on about cults, where we are, anything like that, but
yeah,
it's through me.
So you've had your airbags done, Pork, yeah?
Yeah, all done on Friday, Tyrone, mate.
So was it a call back for a load of those cars you've got, or just a problem with it? I know there's a call back on a load of the sit runs, wasn't there? I'd seen it on the news.
Yeah.
Was that for the airbags or was it for something else?
No, the airbags. It was a Citroen DS3s, which is my car, and a Citroen C3. They all had the same airbags, so they've all got them in called back.
Bloody hell.
But yeah, it's done now. Like I say, I took it at 10 o'clock on Friday morning in Salford. She went, "When do you need your car back?" I said, "As soon as possible, really, because I live not far away. You know what I mean? I won't say where I'm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?" So I said, "I'm going to have to get a train back." And then when you ring me and say it's ready, I've got to get a train back to pick it up. You know what I mean? And it'd be like, it's like 40 minutes travel as well. So she went, "Oh, no, you can wait if you want. Use our facilities here. It'll be a couple of hours. That's it. A couple of hours, 2 hours max." All right. So I thought, sack it. So I said, "I'll wait, but I'll go for a stroll in Salford Quays." So I went for a stroll round there, come back at 12 o'clock. I said, "Any news?" She went, "No, nothing as yet." And I'm like, fucking hell, that's 2 hours. You know what I mean? So I'm sat there waiting for another hour. I got it back at 1, but yeah, all done. She gave me the like an invoice where obviously it was 00 because it were a free repair. And she went, "Just keep that in your car. If you get pulled, then you can show them it's been done." You know, so I were happy with that. I can drive it now. So
there's another one for you, but Bibbalese, legalese, philosophies, dictionaries, clets, do as they're told. Think
Latin.
I don't know, but no one understands that. But yeah, I mean, what's Tobbs saying? Tobbs is having trouble. Didn't he say he was having trouble getting his new car or something?
Yeah, apparently they don't know where it is, Tyrone. Apparently it's in the country, it's got its VIN number and that, but they don't know where it is. And I don't.
Yeah.
Madness, isn't it? That.
Yeah. Okay, madness. So he's got to wait now to find out where the car actually is.
Well, that's it. But he's like, he might cancel it now, but
or go somewhere else. Like,
yeah, I think so, Paul. Yeah, I don't know if that's what he's planning.
These garages, they fuck you about. You know, I was living in Merthyr Tydfil, right, which is about
in the valleys,
40 miles from Cardiff. You know, but I've always bought Mazdas and always bought them out to Cardiff, but they were good because I go down for a service and they give me a car, you know.
Aye.
So, and I'd have the use of the car until the car was serviced. So I go into Cardiff, spend a few days few hours going on the shops, and they says, drive back the car and pick the car up, go home, you know. It was good, but some of them, they don't give a fuck. Say, "Oh yeah, wait there," like you said, 2 hours. You could be there fucking 6 hours, you know. Just around the place, you know. Fucking hell.
I know, mate. Crazy.
I know. So you got to be. Well, it depends where you buy it from, you know. So you want to buy it pretty local, so it's easier for you to take it there and it's easier for you to get home, because otherwise you could be fucked about all day.
That's the one, mate, innit? I always do private, mate. You know what I mean? I'd never go finance on a car.
Oh no, I wouldn't go finance either.
No, I'd sooner buy it and own it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Migsy is saying, Porky thinks he's a YouTube star after meeting Billy Moore.
Migsy, I've always been a YouTube star. It didn't need Billy Moore to make me a YouTube star. I've always been one.
He's quite good, Billy Moore. I've watched a few of his videos. I think he's pretty decent, you know.
Aye, very nice guy to talk to as well. Like I say, he's got sciatic nerve problem. He were a bit limping, a bit. He were in pain, so I didn't bother him too much. I let him just relax, you know, sit down and chill out and that. But at the beginning, like I say, at the beginning of his video, when he walks, he speaks to some Chinese people and starts walking to parents again, screaming. He says, "What's going on here?" And then you hear me shout there, "Big up Billy Moore!"
Yeah, Wolfie, go on, Wolfie. You want to get a dish? If you've got a dishwasher, well, load it up. Don't fucking worry about fucking getting the marigolds on. Wolfie's got to do the washing up. His wife has made cakes for the local church. Now he's got to clean it all up. Go on, Wolfie, bye. It's lovely. Good to see you. Yeah, good for shopping now.
That's it, Wolfie. You go and do washing there. You wash them bras and knickers that you always put on, kid.
Yeah. He still wears the dress. I know that.
You mean Billy Blunt? Me, I was talking to the geezer, not a kid. Good lad. He's a good lad.
I've seen him doing a few lives. He he tends to get about a bit anymore, doesn't he? He travels around. So
Was it me in the alleyway talking to him? No, I weren't in no alleyway, mate.
Yeah. He gets around. I've seen him around Manchester quite a few times, and he gets around different places, which is good.
Well, that's it, Miggsy. He doesn't need bodyguards like some, but he's Charlie Beach. Yeah, he's got them bodyguards. I'm not being funny. He does antagonize people, Charlie. You know what I mean? Where you see what I mean? Where Billy doesn't.
Yeah.
So
it's a good job he's got him. Otherwise, he'd be getting back in pummeled. He would.
I'm telling you, no, they're after him. They're after him. That's why he's got him, Tyrone. They'll get him, but you know what I mean. Yeah, and I like Charlie. Don't get me wrong, but when to me, if it were me that were doing that street vlogging stuff, I wouldn't be going up to people who are homeless and or crackheads. You don't bother with them. Just leave them to it, don't you? You do your vlogging of the town. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what gets him views, doesn't it? And he knows it. That's the thing. It gets him his views. The worse the content is, the better viewing he'll get. It's the same with everything, isn't it?
Yeah,
I disagree with what he does. I mean, there's an old guy once he fucking kicked him in the stomach, put him on the floor, because the old guy was got up. He wanted to say citizen's arrest, and he fucking banged him. I don't like that.
It was walking stick, weren't it?
Yeah, that's wrong. That's wrong.
That's what I mean.
Put your camera on, Chris. I can't with a banner to put up at the moment. Put your camera on, Chris. Let me see your face.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it, Tyrone. That's not me, and I think that's why he needs a bodyguard, because they're after him in Manchester, aren't they? You know what I mean?
Chris.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Is our Spanish friend Poggy?
Pardon, mate?
This is our Spanish amigo, Chris.
Hola, amigo.
Yeah. Like you were saying, Tyrone. Yeah. Pork chops. Yeah, I didn't know you'd done them. Used to do markets.
Yeah. I used to work in Rochdale Market, mate.
Yeah, I done the market. I was young. In Chirk.
Right, I was 13 when I were on the market. 12, 13, I was doing the market.
Yeah. I think Yogi does it sometimes. Chirk market. Chirk.
What was you doing, Chris? What was you doing in the market? What was you doing in the market?
I was working on the burger van.
What was you doing on the market? You say I missed that then?
Yeah, working on the burger van.
Oh, on the burger van.
Yeah, it was 3 of us. Tyrone, we got paid like £10 an hour.
That's good.
That was good for 2003.
Christ, yeah. But he must have been raking. The owner must have been raking on the van to pay you that amount of money.
My uncle used to have like 4 burger vans.
Oh, he was an uncle, was he? No wonder he was getting £10 an hour.
No wonder he paid me £10 an hour.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, I think Yogi does car boot sales sometimes.
Yeah, maybe. I think a lot of people do that.
I think he sells computer games.
All right. Well, Yeah, big profits, Snoopy and burger vans. Yeah. Like I said before, the rolls, the baps, or whatever you want to call them, the rolls.
Yeah, and bacon baps.
Cheapest ending there, and the burgers are cheap frozen ones, so you just cook them up and charge fucking 10
Yeah, you used to be cheap to park your van. I got told it's not cheap to park now. Your van for 6 hours. I got told that they charge you like £180. Well, Yogi probably knows.
This is why everything's so expensive when you go to boot sales. When you go to some, the guy I bought some furniture off for the caravan outside the caravan garden furniture. He was going up to Royal Welsh this week. I think he said it's like £24,000. Yeah, £24,000 to put a stall in the Royal Welsh. You have to pay.
Yeah.
£24,000. So think about what he's going to charge the people going in, and he's got to make that money back.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose, Tyrone. Yeah, they charge you like 180 quid in Czech. Well, you have to pay for your gas. You have to pay for your ground reds for about 6 hours. And you have to pay for your food. No wonder a burger's about £5 now.
Well, I think there's a lot of them charge more than that, Chris, now these days.
Oh, yeah.
probably.
Like Loki said, but then £180 to put a burger van in a car boot sale, you know. So
Yeah.
he's got to make that £180 up before he starts making any money, you know.
Right, yeah, any profit, that, innit? No profit then if he doesn't.
Yeah. How much do they charge Yoki? About 100 quid, yeah, to sell computer games.
No,
I think stalls in a boot sale. I don't know how much you got to pay for them. I thought they were free.
I think Yoki has. I think Yoki has to pay £100.
Well, if you want to be a seller on a car boot here, if you want to be on a seller on a car boot over in Greater Manchester, I think it's about £15 per car.
There you are, £10. Yogi says £10.
Yeah. God, I come there rip foods people off Tyrone.
Yeah.
180 quid in Czech.
I know.
I got told.
That's why then he pays that. Then the punters are going to pay, a lot more for the burgers or hot dogs or whatever, because he's got to cover the costs to go and get the money back he paid to go in there.
Yeah.
Plus he's got to make money. So,
Yeah.
You know what you should do, Chris, because you're in Spain? Tell people if they want to open a burger van on the street, just said to them it'll cost them €150, and then you'll be making some cash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Up there for thinking, I'm always thinking about making cash.
Yeah.
Down where I am, there's one up the road, just up the road there, but it's a permanent. It's in a lay-by just up the road. It's sort of a shed on bricks type of thing, but it's very. You've got to be clean, otherwise they shut you down. You know what I mean?
Tyrone, you like to make some. You like to make some cash on the weekends.
Oh, Chris.
Do a market.
Yes. Everybody needs cash, Chris.
Yeah.
Cash is king. Cash is king.
See, this is how much rent I've made already this week. Look at all that.
Oh, that's a lot.
Look at Porky flashing the cash.
Flashing the cash. Look, it's got a big chunk there, my mate. Look.
God.
Hey, look, that's rent, that.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for nutters to go in here now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. God, yeah. But Betty had £20,000 on YouTube. I don't know if she got that from, Tyrone.
Up the Dale, look, up the Dale.
Up the Dale and down the hill.
Yeah. Did you say it, Tyrone? But Betty showed 20,000.
Yes, I seen it, Chris. Yeah.
That's pocket change. That one I've got there. That's just like, do I need something from corner shop? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, Porky, when's the next tattoo come in, pal?
Next tattoo, mate. Right, I'll show you now. Obviously, you've seen the one I've got there that I got done in Lanzarote. Going that lot.
Oh yeah.
But I'm gonna get it all coming down this side of my arm, all the way down. I want the same pattern going all the way down my arm here now.
All right. Continuation of the top one, yeah.
You know what I mean? Cracking tattoo, that though, worth the pennies.
It's expensive now, isn't it? I mean, my other son, his friend does two friends actually, one guy, one girl. The girl, she's shit hot. She does a lot of portrait tattoos and that, Oh, incredible. Fucking incredible there. But at the end of the day, it's only on a piece of see-through paper, isn't it? Just rubbed on the skin. You don't do any sketching on them or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it's easy. I won't say it's easy, but you still got to be good with the old needle.
Well, that one was 3,500. Yeah. 3,500 from Lanzarote. He was a Lithuanian guy, and I tell you what, he worked soft. I tell you, it did it. Don't get me wrong, but it was well worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Tyrone. Is it a protest today?
I think there's protests every day, Chris, isn't there? Somewhere.
Yeah. Epping in Epping, it starts at 6 o'clock in Epping.
That's been going on for a while now. They're not going to let it go.
Puck chops, do you think it's going to kick off? Yeah.
Well, if they let the Antifa in, yeah, it's going to kick off, isn't it?
Yeah. And Society X said there might be more people today.
Yeah, they might be. That's what I'm waiting for. As soon as it goes live, I'll be watching me because I support the people of Epping. I support them all. What they're doing.
Yeah, I seen. Yeah, I seen you yesterday in Rochdale.
Oh, did you see it, Matt?
Yeah, I just seen. Yeah, you're talking lots of sense on puck jobs. Yeah, I seen you for 5 minutes on Gypsy Dave. You was talking sense. Yeah, like you said, we've been through the First World War and Second. But what do you think people need to fight for their country again?
Well, exactly.
To stop this invasion.
Well, exactly. This is what I said, Chris, and I'll say it. I say it every day to not just me, to my family and everything. This is what I've got to do now. I've got to fight for the country for you because my grandfather fought for our freedom.
Yeah.
Back in the World Wars.
Yeah.
So now we've got to do it. I've got to do it for my children. Is fight for their freedom, and that's what I'll do. 100%.
Yeah. I said to you a few days ago. I reckon. Well, some people are waking up now. Yeah, well, do you think it's corrupt politicians making too much money out of it, Tyrone?
Well, somebody's
got
making
shares
money.
in Uber Eats. They got shares in Circle. Yeah,
I don't know. Somebody's making money.
Yeah. And the government, like I said, on Tubbs, the government is happy to kick you out and put a migrant in your house to make a better coin.
I don't believe everything you hear on the tubes.
Yeah.
But one thing, I know for a fact. I know for a fact that there are private landlords putting out tenants to put migrants in because you're getting a lot more coin. Getting paid a lot more.
I think the government is trafficking people. Tyrone.
That's what.
You might gone, Chris.
Trafficking people.
Not sure, Chris.
Like Big Welshman said, just figure it out for yourself.
But listen, Chris, you've got to work things out for yourself. Don't listen to everybody else on you. You know.
Even Lloyd said I might rest.
Well, it doesn't matter who's saying it. It doesn't matter who's saying it, does it? 100 people could say it. You've got to work it out yourself.
Exactly. Exactly, Chris. And this is what I'm saying. Don't listen to what I say neither. This is just my opinion and how I think on things. You think of how you think. You know what I mean?
I believe it's puck shops. I think the government is making big money trafficking people.
Well, of course. I
think we got crooked people in power.
It doesn't matter which government. They're all out to make money anyway. It doesn't matter which part of the government, which party or anything. They're all out to make money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I said, don't fight with the police because they're just normal people like us. You need to fight the government.
Well, that's what I mean. We can't fight the government because the government have got the police going at us. So we can't. We've got to get past the police. They should put their shields down and be with us before we can get to the government.
Like Roy said, I'm Mike.
Chris, but hang on, Chris. Hey, Timmy. Hey, Rob. Chris, why are you so uptight? Why are you so uptight about immigration? Because you live in Spain now.
But we got
that's right. How you doing, Rob Random, mate?
We're causing trouble in Spain, Tyrone, and we're causing trouble in Germany, the UK, and we're causing trouble in Germany too.
Well, you Timmy Shelby. I'm surprised that Timmy Shelby saying hello to me. He doesn't normally like me, Timmy. Yeah. But hello anyway, mate. I hope you're good, Timmy.
Yeah. Tyrone, I said to you, the Spanish people had enough of illegal immigrants.
I think there's a lot going on, Chris, but there's nothing we can do. But Chris, that's going to do it. We can't change the course of anything, Chris. It's down to the people that run the country. So you know.
But Roy said
the protest will go on. I think protests will get stronger and stronger, and more people will protest. But at the end of the day, it falls on it lies at the feet of the government just to change any direction we're going in.
But yeah, Tyrone, I can't speak to people who are trafficking. Yeah, you got the scumbags, the government. Well, I think the politicians should be in jail.
Porky, I think he's going to get extradited back to Britain to face the courts.
Yeah, maybe. You never know, Tyrone, do you? He's over there as an immigrant now.
Yeah. But it's happening everywhere.
All of Europe, Chris.
Yeah, it's all over Europe, Chris.
Not just the UK, pal. It's all over.
Yeah, I mean, the migrants are taking the piss everywhere, Tyrone.
I wouldn't say they were taking the piss. It's not them that are taking the piss. It's our government that's taking the piss by allowing it.
And the German government and the Spanish.
Well, this is what I mean. The migrants that are coming over, they're after the benefits and healthcare and whatever. You know what I mean?
Well, you're taking the piss. Raping kids and raping women and robbing people.
When you get your first pay now, Chris, invest in a little laptop or something, because your phone is just terrible.
Yeah. Tyrone, do you think Roy is right? He said the coppers might wake up soon.
I don't go, Chris, I don't listen to anybody else. I'll make my own mind up about things, Chris. I don't listen to what anybody else says on social media.
He talks lots of sense, Roy does, and Mike West.
Well, maybe, but it doesn't mean you have to agree with them, or listen to them.
Yeah, Base Rosman talks lots of sense too.
Well, maybe, but like I said, you don't have to listen to anybody. You make your own mind up, Chris. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, I like Timmy's comment there. He's put pork chop. I'm only saying hello to you for clout. You're famous now on Billy Moore's. No, respect, Timmy. Respect, mate. Respect.
Yeah, Tyrone, I won't be surprised. Some people in the Welsh government is trafficking people.
Is that you, Chris?
Yeah, it's his mic.
Go out and come back in, Chris.
Right.
Okay, now it's like a robot, isn't it?
Yeah. It's all he needs to buy a little pad or some sort, or a little laptop or something, and you wouldn't have any problems,
Yeah, I think what he's doing is plugging his phone in, the chargers is on.
Yeah, could be. Yeah.
And that's what he does.
He does that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what causes the interference. I know you can do it in your settings, like knocking same cancellation off and on again. It should do it.
Yeah, I've tried it before with Impork. It doesn't make a blind bit of difference at all.
Is it not? Because Torbs does it when he comes on Torbs, and it goes like that. Torbs just switches the noise cancellation off and back on again, and it's sound.
No, it's just his charger that's doing it.
That's what I mean. When he plugs it in, that's when he gets the interference. I think time out.
Yeah. Thank you, Miss Scottish.
I am Miss Scottish.
Yeah. I mean, Chris is easily influenced by what people say, and
exactly, and I'm the same though. Well, I'm not the same as Chris. I'm influenced. I've got my own opinion. I'll listen to other people's opinion, but I won't take it on board. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's me, Tyrone. I've got my own opinion, what I think of it. And like I said, when I do say my opinion, people may not like it. People might agree with me.
I think there's more. I think 100% more and more people are getting on the streets now and getting involved. I think it'll continue as long as they keep coming. It's going to get worse.
Of course.
It's going to get ahead at one point, and there's going to be, what's going to happen.
It's going to be chaos, Tyrone, mate. It's going to turn into a civil war. I can see it coming now. I can see it in my fucking head. You know what I mean? The way it's carrying on and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, it's going to turn into something bigger, I reckon.
I think it'll get ugly, Porky, to be honest with you. That's the direction it's taken, isn't it?
Yeah, but, exactly.
There wouldn't be any need for it if they just, and I don't see why there's no reason to say, right, that's it, no more, stop.
Yeah, have a bit of backbone in it, you know what I mean? Big up Paul C, a bit of backbone now, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
You know what I mean?
Honestly, I don't know. You know, people keep talking about Farage. Nobody, I don't think there's many like Farage, but I would vote Reform simply on their immigration beliefs. You know, I think enough is enough. I agree. If anybody, like I said, if you're coming from somewhere that's war torn, or if you're a genuine refugee coming here for sanctuary, then fair enough. But I mean, if you're coming here to work, if you're coming here as a professional and you're going to have some input in the country, if you're a doctor or a nurse or something along those lines, that's fair enough. You're coming here to integrate, fair enough. But these people are not. They don't integrate. You know.
They're not here to integrate, mate. They're here to get what they've got everything given to them on a fucking plate, basically. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's why.
I just seen JOJ in the chat, and I mean, he'll have a different perspective on it, you know, and he'll be calling us racist and all sorts, but that's his opinion, and his opinion doesn't matter to me, and what I believe is my beliefs. What he believes is his beliefs. So it's down to him.
It's like this, Tyrone. Right? When JOJ and Niggy are alive, and I'll go into the chat and I'll say the far right is here, meaning me. Yeah. I get on with them, me, because they laugh and say you're our favourite right winger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'll tell them, and I'll tell them my side about it, and they never give me shit for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Yeah. But the thing is, I've listened to him a few times on there, and I think it's just far left rhetoric bullshit, if you ask me. You know.
It's like I said on there myself, Tyrone, on Niggy's panel. I'll say, man, I say, at the end of the day, far right, calling someone far right or someone far left is just another word for calling you cunt. It's a made-up word. That's all it is.
Tyrone. Yeah, see, you was a politician. Are you making thousands trafficking people? You don't want to stop it. You don't want to stop a gravy train.
Chris, who's these politicians that's making thousands, Chris?
It got the former Prime Minister, he's got shares in Uber Eats, and it's quite a few of them.
So what's Uber Eats got to do with the immigration?
Well, because illegal immigrants are doing delivery driving. And they got shares in Circle. Circle's got lots of contracts with the hotels.
Well,
the politicians are trafficking people.
I don't think so, Chris. I don't think so.
Well, I believe it.
Well, that's what I mean. That's your opinion.
That's your opinion. My opinion is I don't think so.
But that's what I mean. If the government were making more money, then obviously it'd be the people who are smuggling them in that they're getting the money off.
I'm not knocking you, Chris. You're entitled to your opinion, Chris, and everybody else is entitled to opinion as well. So I'm not knocking you for believing in what you believe in or saying what you're saying. But I don't believe it's true.
I'm the same, Tyrone. Yeah, you will get a few select people saying it, Chris. It's like, I think they ain't making a penny off these immigrants coming in. They're not, right? And what it is, they've got to deal with, this is my opinion, you don't take it up, and think it's true, because I might be wrong as well. So I just think, in my personal belief, that France are putting them in dinghies anyway just to get rid of them out of their country. You see what I'm saying?
I know that, when we had the issue down here with the Stradey Park Hotel, and people, sat outside there week in, week out for several months, doing shifts there, sleeping there, eating there. And the hotel was bought by this company who have actually bought a lot of hotels up because they get a lot of money from the government to house these people, They get a hell of a lot of money, and they get the hotel refurbished when these people leave the hotels, but they're not going to leave because they keep on coming in. But the Stradey Park Hotel, they were on a loser there. The owner of the driveway into the hotel was only given access as it was an hotel. Once they changed it from an hotel, they said, right, you ain't having any access anymore. And that's what stopped it. That's knocked the nail in the coffin there. But they lived on that drive for several months until they went to the High Court in London, and they won their case and they stopped them. but that was 400 men in a 80 bed hotel, and they were putting 400 men in there, right?
Yeah.
And 400 men in a village of 400 people. Now, how does that work?
It's mad, that, isn't it, Tyrone?
Yeah,
It
how does that
is.
work?
How does it work? That's what I mean. It can't. Well, you'd think it
No.
won't work, but
There's
it's
nothing in that village, but there's one little corner shop and 2 pubs. That's it.
yeah.
Nothing else there.
Well, I'm not being funny.
Yeah.
Them residents of that hotel, they ain't going to be going pub, are they, to spend money or anything? They'll probably pop to a corner shop for the cigarettes.
This country is infamous for buying up hotels simply for the purpose of housing immigrants. In the Stradley Park Hotel, when they bought that, and they sacked 80 people on the spot.
Wow.
They sacked the whole staff on the spot. That was it.
So they brought, they did that and then brought their own staff in.
Yeah, they brought their security in. The security changed us several times. They even had ex-forces of security there, but they didn't win anything either, you know.
Yeah.
But all the bullshit that went on there, Pork, I'll tell you now, all the bullshit that went on there is, you so many rumours on here that the hotel was on fire. The hotel was never on fire. The cars were on fire. The cars were never on fire. You know, it's all just people fantasizing and making things up, you know.
Yeah, and that's
utter bullshit.
And that's what I mean. That's why I don't listen to nothing that comes off fucking YouTube, mate, to be quite honest, because people fucking spin shit, don't they? You know what I mean? I'll try and find it out for myself. If I find out that, you know, myself in other means, then that's what I'll believe, you know. And if the information I've found out to be the same as what somebody said on YouTube, then it's got to be on it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's like me. I'm not against immigration. I'm against illegal immigration. People that are coming in without paperwork. You don't know the background and stuff. And look what's happening now. There's like in Epping, look, the migrant there sexually assaulting a 14-year-old girl 3 times. I'll say it, SA. That, you know what I mean? Sorry, Ty. But who knows the background? Who knows what if they wanted in their own country? Our government ain't going to know because they're just letting them in and giving them fucking British citizenship or whatever, aren't they?
Yeah.
And that's what worries me as a parent, as a father, is my children and their children when they have them.
Watching store. Are we going to? Question is, are we going to lose our heritage, our culture, you know, our way of life?
Well, exactly. Look at that, though, Tyrone, what we're putting in the papers. If you fly a Union Jack, you can be fined up to £2,500 for flying a Union Jack. And we're English, for fuck's sake. Well, I'm English, you're Welsh. But we're still brothers and sisters. We look after the Welsh people like you Welsh people look after the British people. Same with the Irish, you know what I mean? And the Scottish. And that's how it goes. And to be told you can't fly that, if that's the case, then tell the police to go to fucking Buckingham Palace and find them for all the Union Jacks they've got up outside Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, but I think I've seen a story of a young girl going to school on I think it was something to do with British Day or something like.
No, it's British Culture Day. Yeah, British Culture Day. She went to school as Jerry Halliwell as a Spice Girl. Yeah, and she got sent home. Okay, now.
Yeah. And I think it's disgraceful what's happening. I think the indigenous people of this country are being suppressed now. I really do, you know, and they're not allowed to speak up. Everything's to listen to other people. Everything's racist. Everything's far right, just to prevent people from speaking about what they believe is actually what's going wrong with this country, you know.
Exactly.
That's a sad thing.
And it's like Tammy's putting in there. It's been kicking off in Spain now with Spanish locals against Moroccan invaders. It kicked off after an old guy, Spanish guy, got beat up. His face was a mess. But it weren't just Moroccans or Tammy. It was Africans and things like that. Like immigrants on the way to France to get to us and things like that. You know what I mean? They're kicking off with they said attack any Spaniard. That's what was said on a Facebook group by these illegals. Yeah.
Yeah, I seen the picture of the fella. He was only walking along, wasn't he? Got attacked by a load of immigrants. I think that brought the Spanish people onto the streets, and there was all sorts of trouble kicking off there, wasn't there?
Yeah, but it's going to do, Tyrone. It's going to happen here. Like I said, we're having the protests about people who are essaying children and things like that, and it's not just happening in Epping; it's happening in all different towns where they are. You know what I mean? But this is what's going to happen in the UK. It's going to come to where it'll be end up a civil war. We're all fighting against them, and you know what? The police will fucking sit back, and the government will sit back and let it happen.
It's an awful thing to be witnessing. I mean, I don't believe that people need or should be going out and doing these things when we have a government here that could stop it almost instantaneously. And say, right, that's it. Put our navy. If you've got to put the navy in the channel or whatever, or our coast guards in the channel, and say, look, turn the boats around. They got to go back to France. Simple as that.
But for one reason, and I don't know why, Tyrone, I couldn't say why, but they're allowing it to happen. You know what I mean? I don't know why they're allowing it to happen.
There must be another agenda going on. There must be something behind this. I believe, me.
Well, I think it all started this when lockdown, the first lockdown come in. Yeah, I think this is when it all started. To be quite honest, where people coming in. Because we were all locked away, we weren't allowed to leave the house, and blah, 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 blah. It was something behind the scenes that we weren't allowed to see, and it's happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where we couldn't see it with our own naked eye, sort of thing. It's that we're all dodgy in one.
I think and like I said it twice now. For people are coming, we're desperately short of doctors, nurses, and things like that. If it's professional people coming in, but they're not going to come in on a rubber dinghy thing, and they'll be coming in on an airplane, because there's going to be genuine people who come in here for a better life and to enhance our lives, really, by supporting the NHS and working for the government, working for the NHS, professional people that we welcome them with open arms, and anybody else that's coming here genuinely, But
exactly.
People are putting the thing that goes into someone's mind straight away is when you see these dinghies arriving with 80 people on them, and they're coming up the shoreline, and just dispersing into parts of the country, because that's what was happening before the Coast Guard was bringing them in.
Yeah,
which they're actually doing. They're bringing them in. They're seeing them in, or taking them off the dinghies if it gets through them, bring them in. But before, they were just coming by dinghy, land, and they just be running off into the land somewhere and disappear into the ether, and nobody knows where they are. And nobody knows who they are.
Have you seen what they're doing when they get halfway across the channel? Yeah, the actual boats that put them onto the main boats from the dinghies. Yeah, they're taking the life jackets off them to take back over. What's that about? You know what I mean? Who's funding them life jackets? You know what I mean? So they're obviously right. You're safe on board now. Give us your life jacket. Off we pop then to go and get the next lot. It doesn't look right, does it?
Some of them, if they come in here for better lives, but what confuses me, well, not confuses me, it baffles me, Porky, is they come in, they're wearing designer clothes, they've got mobile phones,
Huh?
So, it's why are they coming? This is the point that I'm trying to get at. Why are they actually coming here?
Exactly, and this is a conversation I've had with Niggy and JOJ, one of them. Why leave your family in a war-torn country, travel past 18 more countries to England when there's safer countries on the way? You know what I mean? And obviously JOJ's answer to that was they want to make sure it's safe for his family to come, right? But he travels through 18 other countries to get to France to get on that boat. That, you know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, if it was me and my family and I were in a war-torn country, I'd take my family out straight away with me to the next safest town, make sure they're safe, and then I'd go and look or whatever, if that were the case. You know what I mean?
Hey, Peggy. Do you know, I think Angela Rayner said that 70% of all houses they build in are from immigrants,
Yeah.
70% of the new houses they're building are for immigrants. So, I don't see it as a good thing. No, people are going to get pissed off. People have been on a housing waiting list for donkeys. When I had my first council, I was on the list for I don't know how long before I could get a fucking house.
Well, obviously, I'm buying my house now. I was saying to a Tyrone, me and the missus, yeah, we were private rented. We put our name down on the council to get a council house, and it was 10-year waiting list. That's here in Greater Manchester. 10 years.
I understand that, yeah, but this is the reason why people are getting infuriated, because these people are getting prioritised over your British nationals,
Well, exactly, and that's what I'm saying. It's going to be bad
Let's be fair. There are some families in Britain that can barely survive, barely feed their children, barely clothe their children, and yet they're getting overlooked for these foreign people.
Exactly.
This is what riles people up,
And that's what worries me about my children. I'm not bothered about myself because I know I've got my children protected. You know what I mean? But when they leave the roost, how hard is it going to be for them? And they have children or whatever. It's going to be a lot harder.
Yeah. I don't think it's a very bright future ahead at the moment, unless things change. I don't think it's a very bright future for anyone. I think there's going to be sort of unrest in the country. It's going to get a lot worse because people are getting pissed off. I mean, these are not. Let's be honest. I know you're listening, JOJ, and I know your little work is listening, right? Because they must probably have a little live going about this. But they're pissed off because they're getting overlooked and being made second-class citizens in their own home. Two-tier policing is there for everyone to see. People are getting abused. People are getting locked up for speaking what they believe is true, to give an opinion. But no, you're labelled far right by the likes of Niggy and his boy. If you talk about this, you're labelled far right.
No, I'm Niggy and JOJ's favourite far right. They say because that's just a laughing giggle we have because Crinkle jumps up on the panel and said, "Pork chop, you're far right." So I always go in your far right is here. You know what I mean? Even though I'm not far right. I'm not like racist or anything. But I've told them this. I said at the end of the day, I'm just concerned for my children. That's it. I'm gonna fight for my children's future, and that's what I'll do. And I'll stand there proud and fucking say it.
I think a lot of people will, I hope it doesn't come, but I hope not. I don't want to see anyone being attacked on the streets, even if illegals. I don't want to see illegals getting attacked. I don't want to see anybody people fighting against the establishment. It should never be allowed to happen, It's just, but it is heading that way. It is just gently flowing. The ebb is turning, and it's. I think it's going to be inevitable. People are getting right upset about it, It should never be. And my thing is about this book, like I said, I think it's the government are to blame for everything that happens.
Exactly. And exactly
because they're pushing people into a corner.
Yeah, and what do you do when you get pushed into a corner? You want to get out of it, so you're angry, aren't you? And you will push your way and fight for that to get out of that corner, Tyrone.
Yes, you will. You will. 100% you will.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and that's why I big up all the community of Epping and Essex. Big up to all them for standing up for their community. Fair play, because that's what a community should be doing. It's not about race. It's about a poor child. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. It's about their children, and they're worried for their children. So fair play to the people of Epping doing what they're doing.
Look at the people in Ireland. Look how they are fighting thing. I mean, I've never seen such a situation like in my life. Ireland is terrible, because do you know why they go to Ireland, Pork? Do you know they come here and they all go to Ireland? Do you know why?
Go on, you tell me. I don't know, Mick, but you tell me, Ty.
Because Ireland is still in the EU and they're entitled to every benefit that the EU gives out. In Britain, they're not. In the UK, they're not entitled to it because we're not in the EU. They're all heading to Ireland because they're in the EU and they get the same benefits as everyone in the EU,
Yeah. That's I can understand that.
You know what I mean? Hey, Paul, Dan, good to see you, mate.
Big up, Paul, dumb brother. all day long. That's it. That's another guy I love, Paul Dunn. I tell you what.
Paul's a good one. Paul's a good one.
Of course he is. You know what I mean? It's like if we ever sort this mess out in this country and Ireland's still going through it, mate, I'm going to go over there and help them buggers fight for their freedom as well. You know what I mean? That's what I do.
Yeah, yeah. In 9 days will be a year since the choir boy and the Southport. Yeah.
I know, and that horrible bastard who did that Southport stuff, he's still threatening to kill inside prison. If I were a screw in what they did, I'd open that door so the other criminal and just get rid of him.
Ubers is saying there's a high turnover of staff at David's Calf, wherever David's Calf is. I don't know that. I don't know if it's that's tongue in cheek Ubers or you're making light of something, or I don't know what to do. But yeah, I mean, no one wants to see anybody being hurt in any way, shape, or form. You know, it's not what we're about. You know.
No, it's not. It's just about safety. That's all it is for us. You know what I mean? That's my agenda on it, and how I think. I'm thinking of my children, other people's children. That's what I'm thinking about, making sure they're safe. They've got a future in this country. But the way it's going, you know, like at the minute, they ain't gonna, you know, it ain't happening. But like I said, our grandfathers fought for our freedom. It's our turn now to stand up and fight for our children's freedom.
Yeah. Well, I've got, like I say, my family are all grown up. I'd be, you know, before long, I'd be in the fucking ground myself. But, you know, so.
Exactly, Ty, and that's what I said. I'm not bothered about myself. I couldn't give a shit about myself. I've got what I've got, and my kids are safe. I know that, but I still fight for them for their future. You know what I mean? So they'll be still British. You know, it'll all be British still. You know.
Yeah. Well, and I know you would agree with Porky that, you know, you don't want to see anyone getting hurt, whether illegal, legal, or anything on these demonstrations, and that people are getting carried away. I mean, things will turn to violence. You don't want to see it. It shouldn't be allowed to happen. And the only thing I said before, the only reason it's happening is because nothing's getting done about it, and people are really getting up in arms. But it should never be in that situation, you know, never.
Well, never. No, I agree, and this is what pisses me off about the police. Though this is what I'm saying. They're taking one side. They're escorting the Antifa up to make them people who are protesting to look bad. Yeah, and this is the government giving these their orders to do this. Yeah, and that's what they should be equal. The public servants, they should be equal on both sides. If the Antifa lot are kicking off, fucking start arresting them. Not just look at one side. You know what I mean? They should be equal.
Well, Migsy's saying he's English, not British. No, I think you should.
Miggs is from Birkenhead. He ain't fucking none of them. Miggsy, shove that up your pipe and smoke it, kidder. But anyway, I'm going to jump off, my mate. I'm going to jump off because my tea's about to be delivered. I'm having.
Okay, have a good one. Have a good one. Enjoy your dinner. Have a good one, mate, or your tea, whatever it is.
Yeah, my jury Lee, I call it. But yeah, thank you very much, Ty, for letting me up. So big respect to you and everybody in chat. Respect.
Yeah, respect, Pork Chop. Yeah. There you go. Porky's got his point of view, and Chris has got his points of view. Everyone's got their own opinion on immigration. But I will say, and I'll say it again, I don't think anyone should be violent to anybody. You know, I know things get carried away. It's the wrong thing to do. Violence doesn't solve anything, but you know. So let's hope that we can all get a happy resolve for everything that's going on. Because at the moment, it's just one big shitstorm. And anybody come in here, you know, from a war zone, I'd welcome any refugee myself. But I'm dubious, very dubious about the people coming by boat and what their intentions are. We don't know who they are, whatever. And that's not being racist or right wing or far right or anything. It's just an opinion. So make of it what you like. We've all got an opinion. So whether you're on the left, on the right, or down the middle, I don't know. But, you know, I'm sure everybody has their own opinion on immigration. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse. So I think that's a thing talk. But Chris, you gotta learn, Chris, to make your own mind up about things. Doesn't matter if who the three people you mentioned are talking about governments and immigration and all that. You don't be swayed by anybody else's beliefs or anybody else's comments. Have a good look at it yourself and make your own mind up, on things. Don't be swayed by anybody else, you know. So how is Michael out in the Auditors? Feel good? Well, yeah, I'm English and I'm Mr. wasn't born with Mr. I'd seen a funny video this morning. I don't know if anybody else has seen this. There was two guys coming to reclaim a caravan. Let's just say the guy's name is Michael Smith. They say he's called Michael Smith. So the two bailiffs come up and they said, "This are you, Michael Smith? Because we've got a warrant here to recover this caravan because you failed on the payments." So he reads this out, Michael Smith, your address. I haven't got an address, he said. Isn't that your house? No, he said, that's my house, pointed to the caravan. That's my house. So he hands over the paperwork. And he said, "This says Michael Smith on this paperwork." He said, "Yes, that's right. You're Michael Smith." "No, I'm not." He said, "I'm not Michael Smith. I'm not recognized by Michael Smith anymore. I changed my name," he said. So he goes on to say, "But when you took out the agreement on the caravan, you signed it as Michael Smith." "Did I?" he said. So he says, "I'm not Michael Smith anymore, so you got the wrong man." So he kept on. I don't know, I just don't know where it ended up, but he was fucking baffling them with fucking stuff. Base Welshman is good on the news, Tyrone. Well, that's your opinion, Chris. You're entitled to it. Everybody is. I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he's right, or I'm not saying he's wrong. But I like to look at things myself and make my own mind up. Once all the evidence is produced, and you can make a decision on which way you want to fall, to the left or to the right, or you go sit on the fence. Even makes no difference to me. Work it out for yourself. Hey, Chris Rice, twin sister. I hope you're well. So yeah, it's been a little nice discussion. Most probably it would be called far right by the judgmental left, but who cares? We're just discussing things in an ordinary manner. Both sides being played like a couple of kippers. Yes, Wolfie, you've got to agree with that. Yes. So, what's the story? Morning glory. Hey, William. Yeah, Chris is the best taxi driver now in Spain. Is our Chris. Hola. Keep them tips coming in, Chris. Keep them tips coming in, mate. Make sure you get your cut. Make sure you get your cut off the boss. Good to see you, William. Hope you're well, brother. Yeah, so, you don't have to listen to anyone, really, do you? You're going to listen, but you don't have to agree with everything, That's, this is why it's a democracy, Choice. It's all about choice. You may choose to go down the left and you may choose to go on the right. But when you stick a fan in front of it, either way, it's just bullshit. Just bullshit. Yeah, I mean, to when you go down the road of saying, talking about people and saying, I'm going to report this channel, I'm going to report that channel, you know, because they disagree with what you think. And you try and enforce or reinforce yourself by, you know, trying to put pressure on people. It's not the way. They say, well, people are being bullied, but I think the actual people that are pressurizing people to try and curb which way they think, then that's bullying. Don't you agree with that's bullying? I do. Yes, Chris, #1 taxi driver in the sunny Spain. You going off on the beach, Chris? Take care. Sex on the beach, Chris. You know what to drink? Sex on the beach. Yes, Chris is off to have sex on the beach. In a glass, by the way, in a glass. I hope he's enjoying himself. I hope he's enjoying himself. He's fortunate because he's got an Irish passport, so he can stay in Spain. You know, there's no short-term works for him. He can stay there. He won't be booted out. He's still got a European passport, so he's sound. He's looking good. Enjoying the sunshine. Only works 5 hours a day. Doesn't work Saturdays. I don't think he works weekends at all. I watched the Oasis concert from Cardiff. Never been a fan of Oasis, Megs, I gotta say, never been a fan. Yeah, I remember, I should rephrase that really. Not a fan of Oasis. I'm not a fan of the brothers, you know. I think they're just loutish, you know. I mean, some of the music's good, I'll give them that, you know. Can you remember the time that Robbie Williams was picking up some sort of accolade and he said, like, you, to one of them, you put £100 up, I'll put £100 up and we'll have a fight, you know. Never transpired, obviously, but who would win in a fight? Robbie Williams or one of the, was it Liam Gallagher? I don't know what he was calling out. I don't know. It's rock and roll, I know. It's only rock and roll, but I like it. Yes, I do. I enjoy watching videos on YouTube of younger people looking at music from, you know, way back, you know, old bands like Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, you know, and Free and all sorts of old bands together. And they're amazed with the music and everything. And don't forget, they didn't have the technology then to make the sounds, you know. It was talent. Tyrone is AY on from hotel at 6 p.m. I got no idea, Chris. I don't watch people like that, Chris. I don't follow Auditors or anything. You know, if something pops up on my screen, I'll have a look at it, and then I'll most probably go to something else. But I don't follow them. I don't believe in Auditors, Chris. I don't follow that. You've seen Stones 3 times. Now, see, they always say the Beatles were, you know, this, that, and the other, but they were only around for a short time. The Rolling Stones have been around since fucking Noah was a baby, you know? So, talk about longevity. They're there. They are there, the Rolling Stones. I love the music of the Stones. Brilliant band. Absolutely brilliant. Never was a Beatles fan, you know. I suppose the Beatles sort of paved the way for sort of modern rock stuff and that, but I was never a fan of the Beatles. Not fussy on their music, you know. Unless you get to see her, yeah, I prefer the Stones, and I love the Who. The Who are fantastic. Yeah. They why at the hotels. But it's the same, I think, I will never conform. I think it's the same everywhere. It's all the same sort of agenda with the ordering fraternity when they go to these hotels. And once you see one, I think you've seen it all, you know. I don't really follow, you know, something like I said, if something pops up, but I don't go out my way to look for any sort of ordering, you know, yeah, in Blackburrow or anybody else, you know, who's now Yorkshire or base Welshman. Any, I know he's not known, the base Welshman, but you know, anything like that. If it pops up, I'll have a quick look. But I won't, you know, search for it on YouTube. I think a lot of it is my personal opinion. Again, I think a lot of it is intimidation by these people, you know, and so I don't like that, especially when you go to people's places of work. I'm not talking about I don't know. Hotels is something I can't be asked about. But when they go to these people's places of work and they stick cameras through the windows and put them in people's face, I think, oh, for fuck's sake, there's got to be more to it. You walk straight to the hotels and say it's the hotel inspector. Well, that's a different way of dealing with it, I suppose, you know, going straight in there like that. Fligging hell. I suppose once you're in there, I suppose. Is it, I was thinking the other day, you know, if you were filming in a pub, let's think a pub now, and they asked you to leave because you were filming, could you refuse because it's a public bar? Does that mean it's because it's a public bar? Does that mean you can refuse? I don't know. How would it work? Hey, Jar Rastafari. Respect, man. They're gone. I think that's very true, Wolfie. I think it's very true, that comment. I've only jumped on the migrant and Palestine stuff due to the police payouts drying up. Yeah. I noticed that Marty Blackbur's put up a few posts saying he's won some money again and again off the police. But I did see he's put a video up about the police coming to do welfare checks on his children. Now, whoever's doing that, I think is wrong. I think they're wrong in doing that to the boy. You know what I mean? I disagree with what he does, you know, but when somebody is phoning up the authorities to, you know, say about his children need to be checked up on, then I think that's fucking way, way, way out of order. Fucking way out of order. That should never be happening, you know. No, it was Space City Rollers, and I can't remember the other ones until I hear them. Yeah, it's no, and I'm not. When you like you, what we all seen on from the beginning, you know, when it started off, you know, it was sort of interesting when they were going and dealing with, you know, bent coppers and, you know, raising awareness of the police doing this. But then it just sort of went then a bit silly, didn't it? You know, they would go in there, they wouldn't get a reaction. Then they were calling them sausages and things just used to get a reaction. But I disagree with all that. You know, if you're there to raise awareness on, you know, bent coppers, fair enough. But just seem to go in a different direction totally. You know, and when they started going to people's places of work, well, that's just it. It's just fucking ridiculous. And let's be fair. I did see one recently. I've watched the guy a few times, the laughing auditor. Now he did a video, I think was it Devon and Somerset Police or something like that. He was treated fucking terribly, you know. He was. They come out there, they were very abrupt. They handcuffed him. They took his camera off him. They were searching through his stuff, you know. And then he'd gone in And we sorted this sort of business out with the two that arrested him, yeah. And he's putting a claim in against them, obviously. Goes without saying, doesn't it? But he was treated fucking very badly by these two. Then he's outside then and he's filming, and then this car stops, and this copper must have been from another force, I would imagine, because the other police that arrested or had him detained earlier didn't seem to know him, because he went in there, he took his stuff, he grabbed his stuff, took him into the police station. They went into the police station, and this guy said, I want him arrested. So the two that initially dealt with the laughing order said, well, who are you? And he said, I'm a police officer. So I don't know whether he was visiting there or whatever, but he was all sorts of, it was just, he was treated terribly bad, the laughing order. But, he does like to push things himself as well, as most of them do, But at the end of the day, who do you phone if you're in trouble or you're getting attacked? You phone the old bill. So I watch a few American cop watches. I'm not sure about that. But yeah, I mean, if you do it and you do it for the right reasons, like I said, with Hispanic coppers, and you go into a station and you know they've done wrong and you go there, but you have to be like a child when you get there, sausages, you're a sausage. What the fuck does that mean, you're a sausage? It's ridiculous. I watched a video was it yesterday, day before? There was a fella, I think where was he? Sunderland he was. Anybody see that? He was in Sunderland. I don't know who he was. He seemed a nice guy. He was doing a sort of a bit of vlogging in Sunderland. And who should come along? RE9 Gamer. Fucking hell. I got a YouTube channel, RE9 Gamer, all this business, So it's just weird. The amount of people that's actually jumped on what I call the bandwagon of auditing, simply because they've seen people getting paid out a lot of money by the old bill, And people say it doesn't come out of, we don't pay for it, people don't pay for it, it comes out of the police funds. Yeah, but that's our money going in that police funds, It's all our money. So some people have very low morals. I agree, Raleigh, but hey, Jersey, good to see you, mate. Good to see you. But I mean, we can all have bad days and be a bit of a twat, be obnoxious, be argumentative. We all get those days. But we try and be as placid and as calm as possible. And, if somebody rubs you up the wrong way and you react a little bit differently to what you normally would, then, I'll get called all sorts on you. I've had people call me all sorts of fucking names. I've said a few things nasty myself, but maybe I shouldn't have said them. Hey, my head is a jungle, he said. All right. Mad Walker, good to see you, mate. But there are, like I said earlier when I started this live, there are certain people raising awareness of people that are actually going out doing the blogging and auditing type of thing that are wrong uns, real wrong uns, like we said earlier, Some have done terrible things. And like I said, the worst one I ever heard of was that audit in Lancashire guy. I mean, I think he was the worst one, where he'd gone to prison for, what he'd done to his own baby, And he's about the worst I've come across. Yeah. Jesse, I can't let you up, Jesse. I'm sorry. Can't let you up, Jesse. Sorry. No, can't. But like I said, it's we all get, we all can get pissed off. We all get uptight. That's only human nature. You know, you're going to react to something that's been said about you or done to you. You know, it's human nature. You're going to react. It all depends how far you take it. You know, how much of a reaction you're going to give. You know, you could have a bad day. You come on, yeah. If you've got a bad day and people start, pulling, fucking pushing and poking you, and then you just go off on one. You know. There are some people on here who talk about peace and love and kindness and not this, that, and the other, but the stuff that they do, you know, they're sneaky bastards, you know, sneaky bastards. Private chat. Jesse, I can see what you've typed in the back there. Why you don't like autistic people. I got nothing against you, Jesse. Nothing at all. And your autism doesn't come into to what I've done. I've banned you because I feel it's safer not to have you on for you and for me. So I heard you last night saying about the phone numbers and meeting people, and you actually said you want about being killed and things like that. I don't want that around here, and that's why you won't come on here. It's just silliness. And no, I've got nothing personally against you, Jesse. I'm sure you're a very nice person, but I'm not letting you on. I'm not letting you on. So I'll save you the trouble. There you go. She's just, that was Jessie trying to come in the live, and she's typing the chat, in the private chat. First thing she put in there, why don't you like autistic people? Second thing, don't like autistic people. You dislike me as a friend. No, I don't dislike you as a friend. I mean, it's difficult, Jesse. I'm trying to look out for my child myself. I don't want any slating of anybody if something goes wrong. I've said this a few times now. And it's for your own protection as far as I'm concerned, whether you see it that way or not. You've gone, people have showed me clips of you on other channels, and it's something I don't want to see. I don't want to see it there, and I wouldn't want to see it here. So, you know, out of respect for you and for my own peace of mind, I've banned you. It's as simple as that. So don't be offended, but it's nothing. It's not, I don't like you. It's just the way it is. Thunder and lightning, very, very frightening, Wolfie boy. Galileo Figaro Magnifico. We got thunder and lightning. The cat just stuck his claws into my leg. The little beast did. Well, like I said, I've told you all a dozen times more. I got the boy's dog here, so it stops me going on the caravan because two women there. Jake's all right, and he's small enough, but Dwight's a lot bigger. He's twice the size, you know. So I mean, two women. So and he's going back home on Thursday, so I'll most probably be heading down to the van on Friday. So that'll depend on the weather. I think if it's tiddling down with rain, I won't bother going down there. You know, the whole objective is to try and get outside. You know. But that's the way it is. Been raining all day, and I keep putting lightning on the weather, but I haven't had any. Well, the sun is shining here, to be honest with you. cat's claws are still in Wolfie's leg. Yeah. The cat's not there, but the claws are still there. What do you do, Wolf? Give him a right hook to get his to get him off. You got drunk the other night and fell body weight on my foot. Big up Wolfie's cat. Yeah. Big up Wolfie's pussy. We got horizontal rain. Hope it's going thunder and lightning here. I'm sure. What Sunday, isn't it? I'm sure there'll be a good live going on tonight, people, won't there? It's bound to be, you know. Wherever you want to go, enjoy it, you know. Enjoy the lives. I don't know who will be live. If you enjoy it, wherever you go. I mean, if Dave is live, enjoy it. Maybe Smiler, enjoy it. Maybe Jamie, enjoy it. The lives are there, people. You just got to go and find them. I don't know if anybody else is getting the same thing, but I don't get any anything popping up to say so and so's live. All the ones I've subscribed to, I'm not getting any notifications for them. So, you know, I just have to go into my subscribers and go through them all to see who's live. I know last time I did that, I had to unsubscribe from everyone, then resubscribe there, and I was getting notifications. So I might have to do that again. You know? Yes, a beautiful day. A beautiful day. Well, people, I think I'm going to call time now, and I really enjoyed your company. Thanks, Chris, right? Thanks, Pork Chop. Chris, but listen now, I'll say it again. Don't listen to everyone on the internet. Work things out for yourself and make your own decisions and make your own mind up. Don't let anyone influence you in any sort of direction or anything, in any which way. You know what I mean? So let me see this now, because '18th of June. Right, so big up the ghosters. It's time for me to disappear. I'll have a bit of tea myself. But I will finish like this again. I'm going to say this, so I just make it clear. I, myself personally, don't listen to anyone else. Never have. Some people can read into that what they like. Some people, I know, some ginger person says I'm influenced by other people, and other people are running this channel. No one's running this channel bar me. The other thing is what we spoke about with the immigration. There was no racism involved. Porky's points of view, his opinions, my opinions, Chris's opinions. I think we're all different with our opinions. I'd welcome any refugee, I would. But, you know, this is it. Jesse, I can't have you, Jesse, sorry. Can't have you, Jess, sorry. So yeah, make your own mind of people on things, but let's make it perfectly clear. We don't want to see any violence out there, anyone getting hurt, whether you're British or foreign or whatever. You don't want to see any violence. It doesn't solve anything at all. So I will now go and have a nice bit of tea. I don't know what I'm having, but I'm sure there'll be a live firing up. Anyway, people, be kind to those that are kind to you. If they're not, fuck them. Big up the chat. Big up my mods. Cheers for dropping in, everyone. Respect you all. have a great rest of Sunday, and I'll see you soon, I hope, and well, we can have another little chat. So until then, hwyl fawr, God bless, goodbye, and I'll see you very soon. Cheers, everyone. Diolch yn fawr i chi.